So the brand new Breach expedition for No Man's Sky is finally here, featuring awesome corvette pods, an incredible trail and other exciting rewards. But the expedition is time limited and may be quite tedious, so I've prepared a guide to help you complete it in under 3 hours. Fast and efficient. This is aiming for gaming, and today we're aiming for efficient gaming. To start the expedition you have two options. You can start a new game in expedition mode, or you can summon the space anomaly from any existing save and run to this terminal. The second option is better, as you can bring resources and technologies with you, or even bring a copy of your starship or multi-tool, which greatly speeds up expedition process. This time you can bring a lot of stuff, so make sure to stop the plague back here to prepare everything. Also, if you start the expedition from your main save, you'll be able to transfer back most of the items you obtained during the expedition. Everything you bring to the expedition will be available at the same terminal within the expedition after you warp for the first time, so the initial mining is inevitable. I'll be starting from scratch in this guide to simulate a new player experience. Also keep in mind several rules for this expedition. Don't forget to claim rewards for completed milestones, as some of them contain plans for the next milestones. Use the refiner if you need to process anything, and don't install unnecessary modules you get from milestones, as they can be sold for either nanites instead. If you install a module, its cost reduces to 16, we don't want this to happen. Once you start the expedition, mine the basic set of resources, including at least 30 oxygen, 250 carbon, 150 ferrite dust and 200 quartzite. Next, locate your starship to complete the milestone Crew Awaken. Install the personal refiner you get from the milestone rewards. Process 50 ferrite dust into 50 pure ferrite, craft 1 metal plating and refine all quartzite into chromatic metal. Your starship already comes with jelly and a repair kit, so use the kit instead of a hermetic seal and fully repair your ship. Now take off and leave the planet to complete Wings in the Dark. Once in space, destroy 20 asteroids to earn the Starspawn milestone. Craft 5 carbon nanotubes and then 5 microprocessors to craft a hyperdrive. If you brought warp cells into the expedition, craft only 1 warp cell. You already got everything you need for that. Otherwise, make around 10 for the whole expedition and also farm more materials. You'll need extra 400 oxygen, 700 ferrite dust, 500 chromatic metal, 120 dihydrogen, 20 sodium nitrate and 310 condensed carbon for that, so go back to mining now. Warp to a new system that leads to Rendezvous 1 to complete Between the Stars. At this point, you can finally summon the space anomaly and retrieve all the items you transferred from your main save at the expedition terminal. This will also instantly complete up to 5 milestones if you brought everything I mentioned in the preparation section. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, landing your precious like would be my best reward. Now install the Atlantic drive you received from milestones. Head towards the first rendezvous system, land on the marked planet and reach the target location to complete timestamp 1. Visit a new Schwill's temperate planet and collect 8 crystal sulfides from any underwater vents to complete thermal power. Return to the space station, sell the crystal sulfides, and if you haven't transferred materials from your main save, buy 1 solar mirror, 1 microprocessor and 1 metal plating to craft a debris rangefinder. This will complete debris field. Then go to the corvette workshop at the space station and build your first corvette to complete Door to the Stars. Activate the debris rangefinder and use the pulse engine until you detect ship wreckage. Loot everything including the ship log to finish shipbreaking. Install the aqua jets rewarded from milestones to land on water. Return to the space station again, sell any corvette modules you looted and buy 2 wiring looms and 1 carbon nanotube. Craft a hermetic seal and install the advanced mining laser. Travel to Hoynos Alpha Poisonous Planet. Hover just above the surface, open your starship menu and select autopilot management, then maintain current flight path. This puts you inside the cockpit while your ship keeps flying automatically. Use the scanner to locate Radiant Shards. Once you find a good spot, leave the pilot's seat and beam down to the planet. This saves a ton of launch fuel and time. During the storms, focus on collecting 7 storm crystals to complete Shards of the Storm. Mine 16 Radiant Shards to complete Radiance. Warp to the next rendezvous system, land and reach the target to complete timestamp 2. Build a Nautilon platform to complete operating depth. Install the Humboldt drive module you got earlier and dive deep underwater. Find and document a large underwater creature to complete Gentle Giants. Collect 5 pieces of sea glass from glowing purple spots to complete Temptation. Dive deeper until you reach a depth of 1001 unit to complete Descent milestone. Visit the space station, sell storm crystals and sea glass and purchase everything needed to craft 4 more debris rangefinders. Activate a rangefinder and pulse until you discover another ship wreckage. Loot the ship log and complete Lost in Time. Select Friends in Odd Places milestone, travel to a marked system, visit Totes-3 metallic planet there and adopt a floating creature to complete it. Use the emergency signal scanner you got, activate the pulse engine and locate a derelict freighter. Explore the entire dungeon to complete Dereliction. Craft and install a hazmat gauntlet and don't forget to install the hyperdrive module you received. Select timestamp 3 milestone, then reach the marked system and location to complete it. Mine 1 whispering egg nearby and defeat 16 biological horrors to finish their feat. Visit Titan Worm Burrows and destroy 5 hungering Tendrils to complete Tendrils. Once again, activate a debris rangefinder, use your pulse engine until you find the wreckage, loot the ship log and complete the Fate of Stars. Visit Rehamster Alpha Corrosive Planet, locate and collect a vile grub, crush it and defeat the summoned boss to earn Metamorphosis. Select timestamp 4 milestone, then reach the marked system and location to complete it. If you still need more storm crystals, you can easily mine the remaining ones here. Visit all 5 moons in this system to complete Lunar Cluster. Use another debris rangefinder, find ship wreckage and loot the ship log to complete Frail Bodies. Continue to the final rendezvous system, reach the marked planet and location to complete timestamp 5. Document 8 different creatures on this planet, including underwater species, to finish Alien Menagerie. Use the debris rangefinder again, locate ship wreckage, loot it and complete Reborn in Song. Visit Ipenda 16 Icy Ruin planet and mine abandoned fragments until you gather 256 polished stones to complete Forgotten Quarries. Collect all types of bones required to assemble a complete fossil to earn Grave Robber. Install the fishing rig you received. Travel to Anma Omega Rainy Planet and catch 5 fish to complete Hooked. Select the Jellyflesh milestone and continue fishing until you catch the spawn of Arcadia. Release it, defeat the summoned boss and finish Jellyflesh. Visit any system with a black hole, leave your corvette and jump into it to complete No Time for Caution, the final milestone of this expedition. Finally, summon the Space Anomaly, visit the Expedition Terminal and press End Expedition. Transfer anything you want to keep to your main save if you started the expedition from there, then finish the expedition. Everything else you own will be converted into units and nanites, and all currency, including Quicksilver, will be transferred to your main save. If you started the expedition as a new game, completing the expedition will convert it into a regular save, allowing you to keep all your items and currency as is. Either way, you can now claim the expedition rewards from the Quicksilver Companion on as many saves as you like. Cheers!